Welcome back, guys. In this session, we will be looking at addition, subtraction, and scalar multiplication of matrices. Now, let's consider these 5 matrices you see on screen here. Let's first look at addition and subtraction. Now, it is very important to note that 2 matrices may be added or subtracted only if they are of the same order. So what we must do, we can list out the order of each of these matrices. Remember, the order of a matrix tells us how many rows and how many columns a matrix has. So our first matrix A is a 2 by 2 matrix. Our matrix B is a 2 by 1 matrix. C, 1 by 2, D, 2 by 1, and E, 2 by 2. Now this is going to help us determine which 2 matrices can be added or subtracted. Can A be added to B? Let's see. A is a 2 by 2 and B is a 2 by 1. So no, this cannot happen. Can A be added to C? A is a 2 by 2, C is a 1 by 2. This cannot happen. Can A be added to D? A 2 by 2, D a 2 by 1. This cannot happen. A and E. A is a 2 by 2 and E is also a 2 by 2. So we can perform addition on A and E. Let's see how to do this. A is our matrix 2, 6, 0, 1, and E is our matrix negative 1, 3, 6, 5. Now, only corresponding elements can be added or subtracted. So 2 is in our first row, first column. 1 is in our first row, first column. So 2 and negative 1 needs to be added. The result is going to be in this position here. So 2 plus negative 1 is going to give us 1. Secondly, I am going to add 6 and 3 because 6 is in my first row, second column, and E is also in my first row, second column. So 6 and 3 gives 9. Next, 0 will be added to 6 because 0 is in my second row, first column, and 6 is also in my second row, first column. So 0 and 6 will give me 6. Next, 1 is in my second row, second column, and 5 is in my second row, second column. So I'm going to add 1 and 5 to give me 6. And this is my result of adding A and E. Now, an easier way to visualize which 2 elements corresponds, you can think of putting the matrix E on top of A and whichever elements end up on the other, those 2 will be added. For example, A is the matrix 2, 6, 0, 1. And if we put E on top of this matrix A, I am going to get negative 1 lying here, 3 lying here, 6 here, and 5 here. So it means that these 2 numbers here needs to be added as well as this, and this. and you are going to get your same answer. Now, whichever method you decide to write for your solution, pay attention to your sign. So with this way, you may be confused when it comes to performing the addition or subtraction. And if it was subtraction, it would have been 2 take away -1, and that would have changed to positive. Right? So be careful with your signs. So let's try a subtraction. Let's say B take away D. Notice B and D are of the same order, so yes, that can happen. So B is our matrix 2, -1, and let's subtract the matrix D from it, which is -3, 4. So remember, corresponding elements are either added or subtracted. So our element here corresponds to this element here. Now we are going to get 2 subtract -3, and that is going to give us 2 plus 3, 5. Next, -1 take away 4 gives -5. And that there is addition and subtraction. Let's move on now to scalar multiplication. So here we have 3 matrices, P, Q, and R. Let's say we want to multiply 3 by P. Now, in matrices, we write it as 3P. How do we go about finding 3P? I simply multiply 3 by each one of these elements here. And what I am going to get is 4 by 3 is going to give me 12. 7 by 3 is going to give me 21. -1 by 3 is going to give me -3. And 3 by 3 is going to give me 9. So that there is how you go about performing scalar multiplication. Let's try another one. What if they gave us a negative number? So -2 multiplied by Q. So we can write this as -2Q. And to do this, I simply multiply -2 by each one of these. Let me write that properly. And what I am going to get is -4 by -2 is going to give me +8, and -5 by -2 is going to give me +10. Let's try one more. What about a quarter R? A quarter R means a quarter multiplied by R. We follow the same procedure. Multiply it by a quarter, each one of the elements by a quarter. So what I'm going to get here is 1 by a quarter is a quarter, and 0 by a quarter is 0. And that there is how you go about performing scalar multiplication.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more of my videos.